Hey guys, welcome to another week. This is my second lecture. My original lecture we were going to talk about, and this is in the syllabus that we're going to talk about Firebase. Well, it's actually been a long time since I dealt with Firebase, and I made a couple videos on Firebase, how to get started, but it had all kind of problems. I was having difficulties on getting the environment to connect properly, and there were some crazy issues with it. So there are two different, well, there's multiple ones, but the two ones that I'm familiar with in cloud-based software is Parse, and thought I was more familiar with Firebase than I was, but unfortunately, I had to ixay and cancel the Firebase videos. Like I said, I had probably 2 or 3 videos I made. So I made some videos on Parse, which is just as good. Parse is interesting, and it's kind of crazy talking about this, but Parse was a software that a company called Parse Platform that they had owned, and they utilized this service for when dealing with the web per se, working with the cloud. Well, the company Facebook decided that they wanted to make an offer and purchase Parse and make it open source. So they paid the company $85 million, and this might have been a couple years ago, whatever, and they paid him $85 million for the product. So now the product is free, it's open source, allows anyone to make edits to it. So in this week's video, I'm going to show you and walk you through how to set up a AWS account. Most of us probably heard of it, Amazon Web Services. So I'll walk you through on how to set up an account, a free account, the same one I have, which is a 12-month free account. You won't be charged for it. I will teach you how to set up your own server. It's a Unix-based server, so everything that when we remote into it, we'll use terminal. Or if you're using Windows, I talk about how to install PuTTY, P-U-T-T-Y, and that'll be a way on a Windows machine that allows you to remote into your server. And so I show you how that works. And then once we get into that aspect of it, then we talk about how Parse works. We will write some code on Parse. We're not going to get fully in depth in this, but I wanted to show you how to use Parse as a database resource. So in my videos, I show you how to add new data, like if you were adding data to a conventional database, and I show you how to retrieve data as if you're retrieving it from a database. It's different because in conventional ways, when you're writing code in SQL, you're doing select this from this table equals that, right? Well, within in this environment in Parse, you're writing Java code that allows you to query the information. Now, I wish that I would have came up with this idea before, and we would have built this awesome application using Parse. But our time is coming down, dwindling down. So I have, I think, 2 or 3 videos on it this week, which is a good 45 minutes worth of videos, and we're going to use that for now, for this week. But if time allows, we'll add more to it next week. Our semester is almost coming to an end. I believe that after this week, next week I believe is our next week. I think we're going to do a review for the final, and I think the following week is our final. Let me just double check while I'm thinking about it. Let me pull it up here. All right, let's see. Courses. One second here. Looking at the video or the syllabus right here, and it appears that, like I said, we're a little out of sorts here. All right. So we're a little behind here. I had us doing Firebase Part 2, which is this week coming up, which is the 16th or 16th. Oh my God. The 26th, which is this week right here. So that's where we're at right now. Next week is week 14, where we review the final. So this is the deal I'll make with you. Most important is I'll work on the final exam, so I'll go through the questions and give you an example of what the coding aspect will be, how that'll be. And then the following week is week 10 is the final exam. So we have 2 weeks here left. So this week we'll work on this. If time allows, I'll add like an application as more of a tutorial thing. No assignment. This will be your last assignment this week. So next week there'll be no assignment, but if you're interested in learning more about parse, I'll see what I could do to put something together. If not, you could always Google it or YouTube it or whatever and find some information on it. But next week will be our review for the final exam. So what I'll do is I'll go through the questions, and then I'll give you an example of what the final coding aspect will be. It'll be pretty small, it won't be too big. And then your stuff is due the next week for your final presentation. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope everyone is learning what they expected in this course. So I know that some things were a little out of sort. The thing is, I did this Android class maybe 3 other times before, and unfortunately I used all the examples in the book, and I personally thought that the course itself just wasn't good enough. I thought providing just the simplest things in the book just wasn't providing enough. So I developed this to be a little bit more robust, because in the summer I had taught a iOS programming class here at the school, and I made it just like our Android class. I made it more hands-on, more videos, just walking through everything. And so I'm hoping that this, in due time, I'll have to improve this as well, but hopefully this is good enough to get you guys started. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. If you're ever looking for recommendations or whatever, reach out to me, whatever the case is. So that is me for this week for the lecture. Hopefully you guys all had a great Thanksgiving break. Unfortunately, all great things have to come to an end. But here's the thing, in a few weeks you guys will all be on a break again, so this is all good stuff. All right, thanks for watching, and this is me signing off, if I can see without my glasses. Nice. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.